Hello, my name is Joshua Patterson, and I'm here to discuss with you what HARP is. HARP stands for High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, and what their main focus is to increase communications with GPS, radars, and just different communications throughout the entire world. And they're actually trying to increase their communications with here on Earth and also in space as well. And it's supposed to help with GPS tracking, increase the GPS sensitivity. It's supposed to increase the wide range and motions of it. They actually can actually do a few things in the atmosphere where they can actually bring rainfall to an area that is suffering from a severe drought. Um, Back in 1977, there was a treaty that was signed by the United Nations, and it was a treaty for weather warfare, and that it would never be used by any nation to cause casualties on either side. And everybody came to an agreement that there was not going to be it was not that weather was not going to be used as warfare. Now, what HARP does in order to increase their the GPS accuracy and sensitivity and all this, they shoot a high frequency beam into the atmosphere, and it actually causes the atmosphere to be heated at dangerous levels. And when they shoot this high frequency beam into the atmosphere, it actually puts gases into our atmosphere. And knowing that our atmosphere is already sensitive enough, they continue to do this. And you can actually go onto YouTube and you can actually see different videos of where you can actually see the waves moving through the sky, and you can actually see the atmosphere itself being heated. If you look it up, you type heart, and then it'll show up for you. And our atmosphere is already sensitive enough, and if HARP is doing this to our atmosphere, is causing damage to it, and they don't really seem to recognize the repercussions that it could cause, such as it could eliminate our atmosphere completely. And if this happens, then there will be nothing to protect us from the radiation that comes from the sun, such as with the sunstorms or any of the sunbeams. And there would be fires starting left and right, and it would just continue to happen no matter how hard we fight back. This earth would just be heated by the sun and nothing to protect us. You wouldn't even be able to walk outside without even getting as soon as you walk out, you get a quick sunburn. And these are just some of the precautions that HARP needs to take if they want to continue their research, because more and more people are going to become aware of what they're doing. Now, they were actually they were actually looking into blaming HARP for what had happened, but they still have no idea what happened back in Arkansas when all the thousands of birds just flat out died. They have no idea really what happened to them. The toxins in their blood and their skin was actually at normal levels. There was no change in any of their diets or anything. They just flat out died, and actually HARP is actually being blamed for that because they think that it might have had something to do with the wavelengths and how the bird's brain actually operates, and they think it might have had something to do with that. And HARP is actually being blamed for many of the earthquakes that we've actually been seeing, because HARP can actually get its high frequency beam and shoot it into a fault line, and it could actually cause an earthquake. That's possibly why the reason we're seeing all these earthquakes around the world, such as Haiti and all the earthquakes that are happening in Japan right now. And the government, they say that they do not fund HARP at all, and no intentions do they have of ever of funding HARP. Now, if this is true, then where is HARP getting their funding? Where are all these locations springing up? They have operations out in Alaska. They have them clear across the world, down in China and everything. Now, somebody has to be involved if they're allowing them to do this research, and it just doesn't make sense for the government to completely deny and completely not take responsibility for what is happening. There are casualties because of what is happening. People are dying because of these massive flooding causing in areas, and all these earthquakes. If HARP is really truly responsible, then nobody seems to really know, and they can't really take the responsibility for it. So I just think that people need to become a little bit more aware of what HARP really is. Now, there's also these things that goes hand in hand with HARP. They're called chemtrails, and these are the little trails that you see from the aircrafts when they're at high altitudes. And supposedly, what they say it is they're sprinkling out different chemicals into the atmosphere that can cause that can cause a raining in an area, that can cause a place where it's experiencing a drought. But we're seeing this everywhere, and nobody really knows what it is. It's obviously a man-made chemical that was created in a laboratory, and nobody really knows the effects that it's having on our atmosphere or even on us, on our bodies. And nobody really knows. We look around and we see these chemtrails, every day, and we became used to it, but without really even knowing what it is. We were slowly introduced to it, and we just got used to seeing it. Uh, there was an incident where some of the chemtrails started falling down to Earth in big balls of it looked like a spider web started falling to the earth. People started handling it. They started touching it, and it just dissolved away into their skin. It just disappeared, like if it was never there. And everybody that seemed to handle it, they got sick immediately. They started experiencing flu-like symptoms, and everybody was rushed to the hospital, and they were wondering why. And I guess the government got involved, and they said that it was nothing to worry about, that it happened to be a bug. But nobody else that had touched it, nobody else got sick. Just seems the people that actually handled the stuff were the ones that actually got sick. Now, you could do a little bit more research on what chemtrails and what HAARP really is. I just wanted to shed a little bit of light of what is actually really going on, and what the industry is, what they're claiming to be about, and what their goals really are. So, thank you very much.